come bearing gifts. The gift of a new racing season, and it is coming soon. Hey, good Saturday morning to you, and welcome to Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live, brought to you by Cocopah Casino and by 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating. Racing Radio here on Outlaw Country AM 1400. I'm your host, Mike Stanhope, and thank you for joining us today. Well, the hardware, it's been handed out, the trophies polished up on mantles or walls, and now everybody takes a deep breath, but it's going to have to be a fairly quick one because 2014 is coming fast and a new season awaits us in just 2 weeks. Today here on Laptime Live, we're going to be visiting with Randy Hoeft from N2 Photographics and the Yuma Sun about the impending season. We'll also offer up some final thoughts on the just completed 2013 season. Cocopah Speedway hosted its championship banquet last Saturday afternoon. Trophies were passed out. The champions of the 2013 season were celebrated, and today again we'll celebrate them one final time. I'd like to start off this morning, though, with a look at the 2014 season schedule for Cocopah Speedway, which was officially released yesterday. And to say that the year is going to be action-packed, well, that is an understatement. We'll get it all underway on January 4th with round number 1 in the Cocopah Speedway Racing Series. That, of course, will feature action in the Napa Auto Parts IMCA Hobby Stocks, the IMCA Northern Sport Modifieds, the Fisher Automotive Street Stocks, Pro Stocks, and, of course, the full-blown A Modifieds.
It's going to be a really, really fun schedule, hopefully a little bit more relaxed, and I'm really looking forward to getting it started.
That's Cocopah Speedway Director of Operations Greg Burgess, noting that the Cocopah Speedway Racing Series schedule is a little more spread out for 2014.
These guys are investing lots of money in their programs, doing a great job at what they need to do to improve their programs. So I want to show that we're here supporting them and what they're doing. And last 2013, because of the way things laid out, we had quite a few back-to-back shows, and we've limited those a lot in 2014. It's kind of every other week.
The series will run a total of 17 dates in 2014. That's up 1 from last year, and will again include a special fall series kicking off in October and running on into December. Cocopah Speedway, by the way, will also host its first ever motorsports and racers swap meet. That swap meet, set for Saturday, January 11th, is hoped to become an annual event. Speaking of events, let's talk special ones because they also make a big part of the schedule for 2014. Some highlights, of course, the IMCA Modifieds, Hobby Stocks, and Sport Mods from all over the country. They'll compete in February at the 3rd annual IMCA Winter Nationals. That event expanding this year to 4 race nights over 2 consecutive weekends in early February. Sprint cars will also take center stage twice in 2014 with the Lucas Oil American Sprint Car Series National Tour opening and closing its season at the Diamond in the Desert. Friday night at Saturday night doubleheaders for the Wing Spreads set for both appearances. The first on February 28th and March the 1st, with the second 2-day show coming in November. Street Stocks and IMCA stock cars will run on the undercard of that first sprint car weekend, while in November a special late model shootout will co-headline. Along with the sprint cars, March 1st also marks the long-awaited opening of the Cocopah Mini Speedway. Quarter-scale midgets, mini dwarf cars, karts, and more will all be able to race there in support of youth racing here in the Yuma area. March the 1st is going to be an open track day, and anybody with one of the little cars, well, bring it on out and you can run it. That mini speedway opening, by the way, will be at 10 a.m. so everybody can then in turn watch a night of action on the big track as well. The mini speedway will also see action at least 2 more times in 2014. Well, that gets us up through the first half of the season. That'll bring in again a special 4th of July demolition derby in conjunction with fireworks over at Cocopah Casino, and then into the second half, which kicks off in September with IMCA Championship Weekend. The Cocopah Speedway Fall Series will open up a 5-event run in October, and in November, the Lucas Oil ASCS again back for its championship finale, along with a late model shootout on November 14th and 15th. Again, the 5th annual Turkey Classic will end the month of November. Thanksgiving weekend, a record-breaking number of cars during its last go-round. Can't hardly wait for that in 2014. Of course, racing will begin at 7 o'clock p.m. for all 2014 events at the Diamond in the Desert. Main gates, again, will be open at 5 for all Cocopah Speedway Racing Series events, 1 hour earlier for special events, and one enhancement this year for season pass holders, skybox ticket holders, and suite ticket holders. They'll be able to get into the Speedway 30 minutes prior to general admission, and we do note the 2014 season passes are available now at the Cocopah Casino gift shop. That full 2014 schedule for Cocopah Speedway, by the way, can be accessed at cocopahspeedway.com/schedule. Well, next here on Laptime Live, we're going to take a final look back at 2013 as Randy Hoeft with N2 Photographics and the Yuma Sun is set to join us here on Racing Radio. Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live, brought to you by 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating and by Cocopah Casino.
No matter what type of air conditioning or heating help you need, schedule some help from 1 Hour Air Conditioning. Ready for the season? 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating can help. No AC at all? 1 Hour can help. Need help upgrading your old inefficient system? 1 Hour can help. Now's the time to schedule your annual air conditioning safety inspection for just $59. Call 1 Hour today at 783-4242. Some limitations and exclusions apply.
We're always on time, but you don't play time.
Welcome to Food City, where we're announcing an incredible 4-day sale. Now through Christmas Eve, take advantage of these savings. Red Ripe Roma tomatoes, 3 pounds for just 99 cents. Food City beef tripe, $1.69 a pound. Food City Mexican-style hominy, just $1.77, big 108-ounce can. Maseca corn or tamale flour, 4.4 pack, only $1.87. And Budweiser beer, the king of beers, 12-pack, 12-ounce cans, just $8.99. Thank you for shopping and saving here at Food City, and Merry Christmas from all of us. Food City, the store with low prices when you need them.
Hi, I'm Emmett Smith. Sports has given me a lot to smile about over the years. But as an athlete and the father of young athletes, I know how important it is to protect yourself from injury. That's why I've teamed up with the American Association of Orthodontists to encourage athletes of all ages to play it safe when it comes to sports. I've seen firsthand how quickly an accident can happen when out on the field, the court, or even the dance floor. And because orthodontists are specialists in helping kids and young adults obtain a healthy, beautiful smile, the last thing they want to see is a patient get injured because they weren't properly equipped. No matter the sport, wearing protective gear like mouth guards, face masks, and helmets can reduce the risk of injury and keep you in the game. Athletic competition brings some of the greatest joys in life, but there's nothing more rewarding than a lifetime of healthy, beautiful smiles. For more information on how you can play it safe, visit braces.org.
Hi, what are we going to do today?
Let's find out in the Yuma Parks and Recreation Activities Guide. The Parks and Rec Activities Guide is your one complete resource for everything Parks and Rec has to offer. From tiny tots all the way up to senior games. From indoors to outdoors, there's something for everyone in the Parks and Rec Activities Guide. Family events, arts and culture programs, youth sports leagues, clinics and programs, aquatics programs, outdoor recreation such as canoe trips, adaptive recreation for those with disabilities, or if you just want to know which parks facilities have the amenities you're looking for. Published twice each year, the spring, summer, and fall winter guides are distributed broadly to all Yuma Sun subscribers and are available at all Yuma Parks and Recreation facilities. Read or download the entire current activities guide online in PDF format from the city's website, yumaaz.gov. Some registrations can be completed online as well. For more information, stop by the first floor of City Hall or call 928-373-5243.
The holiday season is overflowing in Yuma. Visit our local merchants and get great gift ideas. Save yourself gas and time. Get friendly down-home service and great selection right here locally. From groceries to hardware, spa packages to furniture, gift items to appliances, flowers to clothing, automobiles to cell phones, and much more. Shop our local merchants this holiday season. A friendly message from your locally owned hometown station, Outlaw Country, KCYK.
You're listening to Racing Radio. It's Laptime Live, presented by Cocopah Casino and by 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating here on Outlaw Country, AM 1400. Once again, I'm your host, Mike Stanhope, and we are joined now by Randy Hoeft with N2 Photographics and the Yuma Sun. And good morning to you, Randy.
Good morning to you, Mike. Merry Christmas to you and everybody out in the radio land.
Well, I'll tell you what, that is a greeting that we can all get in on at this time of year. Hey, more than one way to win a championship, Randy, and as the champions of the 2013 season were honored last Saturday, we certainly saw that on full display. Some drivers riding multiple victories en route to a championship, others getting there with, well, awesome displays of consistency race after race, and that was certainly the case for Brawley's Russell Allen in the 23R IMCA Modified.
Yes, sir. Russell, the last night of the season, I talked to him about about winning the championship, and I said, you kind of snuck in there. He said, yeah, I guess I did. And he looked at me and he goes, I 4th and 5th placed him to death, he said. So he was aware of that, but that just, like as you said, alluded to, that shows consistency will get you there. The year before, Travis Dove won the Pro Stock Championship. He did not win the main event also. But it's just a matter of being there and being consistent and being basically in the top 5, I guess, every night or close to it. And that's taking nothing away from Russell. Russell is a very good driver. He's got a very good race car. And I would not be surprised at all to see him repeat as the champion this coming year.
He was on himself a couple of times during the season, too, in talking with him in the pits prior to races. He'd kind of chide himself about, I could stick my nose in there a little bit harder.
He can. He's very talented. I mean, he's up from the Pro Stock division where he won the first championship at the track when it reopened. He kind of struggled last season, but this past season, I know he switched cars also during the season.
Yeah,
that had something to do with it too, I think. But he's good. There's no doubt about that.
Well, you mentioned his experience in Pro Stocks. Let's move to Pro Stocks for a moment. And, we had 2 champions crowned last Saturday. Lakeside's Mike Lurwill for the track championship. Yuma's Brett Samala for the Fall Series championship. For Lurwill, consistency for the most part through the season. Samala, though, dominating at times.
Yeah, and we're not. It's no surprise to anybody that we all know to a man, and it's taking nothing against Mike Lurwill. Brett Samala should have been crowned champion in both of those series, the racing series and this fall series. Brett knows that he screwed up, made a mistake, and that cost him dearly, cost him the championship. Mike Lurwill, however, he is fast. I think he won one main event this past season, and he's consistent. He's always running at the front. Nothing against that. That's the way it works. He was there.
Got to be there at the end.
Got to be there at the end.
You got it. Street Stocks, most wildly competitive division of 2013 to be sure, and when it all sorted out, Alpine's Mike Harlan on top in that division, but it went right down to the end.
I got to tell you, Christmas came early for us in the Street Stocks. I mean, oh my Lord. There was so much competition at the front of that pack. Mike Harlan, Stephen Daffern, Adolfo Noriega, Manny Baldaviz, Captain Henry, Joey Esri, Jimmy Davey, Dave Amos came on here late in the season. Pat Stubbs, I think I pronounced his name wrong again. Anyway, these guys, they put on one heck of a show. And you know what the funny part is? They're not even IMCA classed until 2015. They've got a year to go before they have to all be IMCA stock car, and they're already making the transition. I asked Mike Harlan after their last race. I said, "How do you feel about being kind of like the guy who set this whole transformation in motion?" He said, "Oh no," he says, "I didn't do that." I said, "Yeah, you did." He said, "You and Manny showed up with those 2 IMCA stock cars, and everybody else pretty much followed suit." And he said, "Well, maybe." He says, "We just went looking for the best car we could find, and they brought back those jet cars, and everybody else saw the handwriting on the wall, including Adolfo Noriega, who did quite well once he got his stock car figured out, and I really hope he's not going to sell it. Hope he's coming back, but we don't know.
That's something we will find out in 2014, and Adolfo's record impressive during 2013 as well, because he got to, it was 6 feature event wins in 2013 and did it in 2 different cars. So again, impressive, but impressive across the board in the entire street stock division.
Oh yeah. I tell you, I wrote a couple of times that it was worth the price of the ticket just to watch that main event, to watch those guys dice it out the front, because I am not making this up. I am not trying to over-dramatize this. You did not know who was going to win from one week to the next. It could be Harlan, could be Daffern, could be Noriega, could be Baldaviz. I mean, there was somebody up there, and they were, for the most part, they traded some paint, but it was a very exciting, well-done main event. I mean, there's no way else to put it. I mean, I don't know if I'd say it was more exciting than watching the modifieds run, but they could have easily been the showcase division.
It was surely up there. And yeah, that adding to the fun factor of going out and not knowing what you're going to see, but knowing it's going to be great. Now, it was a little bit different in the IMCA Northern Sport Mods to start the year, but then that changed as the year went on. Ty Rogers, the season champion, Arizona champion, 4 championships in all for him, but people caught up to him at the end of the year.
That is for sure. I mean, if you don't know who Chris Toth was before this season was over, you certainly do now. I mean, he came on there strong. He won the last 2 races of the season. I think, didn't he won both races during the Turkey Classic also? So he had won, I think, 3 in a row. Is that right?
Yes, 3 in a row to end the season.
Yeah. I mean, he is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Ty told me that he'd gone to the Duel in the Desert in Vegas, and he'd gotten a pretty heavy wreck up there, I guess, and they had to sort the car out when he got back. He said that might have had something to do with his falling off his pace a little bit. But Chris ran very, very strong. Another guy is Timmy Reese. Is going to be, I think he's getting his program together. He's looked better every time he's gone out there. And Mike Lurwill again, he bought himself a sport mod for some reason during the season. And I think once he gets that car figured out, he's going to be up there at the front. And good golly, Miles Morris. I mean, he has made some improvement. I mean, leaps and bounds in the last, I'd say, month of the season. And he's not going to be doing the factory stock thing anymore. He's doing just the IMCA Sport Mod, and that's going to be fun to watch also.
Morris, of course, was the factory stock champion for 2013. As you noted, he doubled up for much of the year, and he had a pretty big margin of victory at the end of the year, but that really wasn't indicative of just how competitive that division was. Jordan White strong throughout 2013 as well.
Oh, yeah. Jordan and Miles even said that. He said racing against Jordan was tough. Jordan's fast. He was fast a year ago. He kept that going this past season. Tough driver, and Jordan's moving up to IMCA stock car.
IMCA stock car,
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, but you got still. And I don't know about Rick Hibbard. I've heard rumor that he might be moving up to IMCA stock car as well. Jason Bashirs is looking very strong down there. And I'll tell you what, the guy I really liked was Craig Ebers. I mean, this guy did more with nothing than I've seen in a long time at this racetrack.
Craig, very impressive at the end of the year. You mentioned Jason Bashirs, who took Rookie of the Year in the factory stocks. In fact, like to acknowledge all of the Rookies of the Year. Mike Harlan took that in the street stocks, Ed Buston in the pro stocks, and Doug Rivera in the IMCA modifieds. And one other name I'd like to get out there one final time this morning as well. Outstanding contributions to motorsports here in the Yuma area. Les Evans with Evans Custom Concrete was the man all over the place in 2013.
Big Les Evans. There's no words to describe him. If we got Christmas early, he was Santa Claus. I got to tell you, that guy was absolutely amazing. The grandstand, I think, has got to be his all-time greatest accomplishment. I don't know how he feels about that, but I watched that thing come down. I watched it go back up, and this guy, he had a vision. He made it happen. In my mind, I'm sorry, he did a lot more at the track than that, but that grandstand to me it was just phenomenal, just the way that it happened, and it went together, and the way he had that figured out. Of course, he's the guy behind one of the guys behind the suites that they built out there. And then he's backing drivers, and of course everybody, I don't know if everybody's aware of it or not, but the last IMCA mod main event, he had Brian Schultz was driving his. Oh yeah, that's right. Les owns 2 modifieds now, and Brian Schultz was driving his newest car, and Brian Schultz almost won that last main event.
Yeah, it was very, very strong there at the end. Well, I'll tell you what, we thank him for his contributions again here on Laptime Live this morning, but we have to say thank you to the entire racing community because it is truly a family. We are talking with Randy Hoeft of Ventu Photographics and the Yuma Sun. He's our special guest this morning here on Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live. We're brought to you by Cocopah Casino and by 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, and we'll be back with more in just a moment.
When you want to stay informed, all you need to do is tune in to Outlaw Country. When breaking news happens in Yuma, the Outlaw Country News Department is on top of it. News Director Jennifer Blackwell is quick to provide news information and updates to keep the community informed over the airwaves and on Facebook and Twitter. When you want Yuma news you know you can count on, keep it right here. Outlaw Country is your home for the best classic country and Yuma news with Jennifer Blackwell.
Hello, I'm Mark Hansberger. The holiday season is here, so once again it is time to give thanks for all the good things in our life. It is time to be mindful of the needs of others. There are many that are less fortunate and look to our local nonprofits for assistance. Please donate your time, donate money, or both. It is up to us to make it possible for our local nonprofits to do the good work that is so desperately needed right now. Pray for those in need. Our great country has always been the one to help other countries. Now it seems we may not be able to save ourselves from ourselves. Pray for our country. We want to offer a big thank you to all our loyal customers. You have made it possible for Hansberger Refrigeration to keep Yuma comfortable since 1952. Merry Christmas and happy holidays from Hansberger Refrigeration. Count on us.
The new year with a players celebration at Cocopah Casino. The celebration begins with a New Year's prime rib and seafood buffet for just $20.13. Then enjoy live music all night long with the top 40 hits from the band Caliber across the casino floor. And special La Vida Loca with Banda San Jose. And everyone's favorite karaoke with Bling Bling. Players enjoy dollar drinks all night long and any coin champagne from 11 to 1 while supplies last. Rush in the new year with Cocopah Casino. Live the rush.
Thanks for calling Toyotathon. I'm Jan. How can I help?
You can help me find a safe, reliable car.
Well, there's a big selection of reliable models.
Okay. Can you make it affordable?
Toyotathon's been offering amazing year-end savings for 35 years.
Is there any way you can make me look cool?
Well, Toyotathon has fun and stylish Camrys, cool Corollas, and tough rugged Tundras.
Is there anything you can't do?
Get $1,000 cash back on a new 2014 Tundra. Or a lease of just $309 a month for 36 months with $28.59 due at signing plus taxes and fees on a new 2014 Tundra Double Cab SR5. Toyota. Let's go places.
Police on approved credit from CFS. Security deposit waived. $350 disposition fee due at lease end. Call 1-800-79-TOYOTA for lease details. Cash back from Toyota Motor Sales USA Inc. does not include college grad or military rebate. Does not include dealer fees. Offers may vary by region. See participating dealer for details. Offers end 1/6/14.
Visit Alexander Toyota in Yuma. Or for more information, please log on to Toyota.com.
Need to order stickers? SignPro can produce custom stickers with your logo or business information. Give them to your customers or label your equipment for a great professional look. That's SignPro, 783-7776, or stop by 1702 South Arizona Avenue. SignPro, where they are perfect to the letter.
Miracles can't be better. The SignPro sign. America comes to SignPro.
Welcome back to Racing Radio with Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live, presented by Cocopah Casino and by 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating. And again, our guest this morning, Randy Hoeft with the Yuma Sun and Into Photographics. And as we look to 2014, Randy, the schedule, well, it's an exciting one. We get it underway on the 4th, and not too long after that, 4 days of racing in the IMCA Winter Nationals.
Yes, we're going big time, Mike. A 2-weekend IMCA Winter National show. That's just like you read about in the big magazines. I mean, 2 weekends of racing. That is going to be awesome. Do you want to keep on going, or
we can keep on going with that? Just based on what we saw during the Turkey Classic, though, we talked at length a couple of times here in the past couple of weeks about the record number of cars that were out there, and just in the modifieds alone, we had set a record that has to bode very well for the Winter Nationals.
Absolutely, we had a race here that was it wasn't even a sanctioned race. I mean, it's off season for IMCA, and we had 45 modifieds in the pit, and the Nationals last February brought in 43. So on a non-sanctioned weekend, we get 45 cars, and we got the Nationals coming up. The word is spreading, Mike. I hear that at the Duel in the Desert in Vegas, the hot topic was Cocopah Speedway, and what a great facility this is. going to go out and just stick my neck out there. I would not be surprised to see 60 cars in the pits when the Nationals come around, at least.
So it's always tough to put a number on that kind of thing, but obviously there is big anticipation, and we're certainly looking forward to that. ASCS, the American Sprint Car Series, the Lucas Oil Boys, again, opening and closing their seasons here.
Well, that pretty much says it all. I mean, this is a huge national series. I don't know if the people in Yuma actually understand how big this series is. These guys race all across the country during the season, and they're going to open their season. They're going to be here at our track to open a national tour, and then they're going to come back and close it at our track. That speaks volumes for the respect they have for this track here. It's amazing.
And that second show, the one that comes in November when they close out their series for the year with their championship finale weekend, that show going to be huge with the addition of late models.
Yes, yeah. Talk about a double-barrel shotgun. That is going to be awesome. I mean, if you haven't seen the late models run, you need to come just to watch the late models run. Now, the sprint cars are going to give you chills. The late models will be right there with them. If I might go back to the opening weekend of the sprint cars. What I failed to mention, and I made a little note to myself here, is that's also NASCAR weekend in Phoenix again.
Yes.
And chances are we're going to see Tony Stewart here again. He's made it no secret that he is planning on racing sprint cars again in 2014, broken leg or no broken leg. So that's going to be a lot of anticipation for that. And I don't know what the atmosphere is like in the NASCAR community about sprint cars right now with Cup drivers driving sprint cars.
Yes.
But the talk last year was about Casey Kane possibly coming with him. Now I don't know how that's going to work out with Rick Hendrick, if he's going to say, "Look what happened to Tony. No, you can't go." Whatever the case may be. But I don't know if I'll bet the farm on it, but Tony will be here. I'll almost guarantee that.
We're seeing Casey Kane drive in honor of the recently departed Jason Leffler here in just a few weeks. So
that's right.
That all bodes well going forward, or at least one would hope. Talk about the drivers on the move here for 2014 for a moment. We noted that Miles Morris going full-time into the Northern Sport Mods. Ty Rogers very, very possibly moving up into the A-Modifieds, which would certainly open things up even more in the Northern Sport Mods, and some new names to look forward to as well. Alec Garibay recently purchasing Jordan White's factory stock, and White in turn getting ready to move up into the IMCA stock cars street stocks.
Right. Also, I think, what's his name? The kid that won a couple races ago. Gosh darn it, what's his name? Michael Loria. He wins a race here, then I'm told that then he moved to Las Vegas. So his car is for sale. Michael Loria's car is the same car that Steve Anthony drove 2 seasons ago.
Yes.
And that is a fast car. If somebody picks that car up, and you've got these guys left over, like I said, if Rick Hibbert is still there, Bashirs is there, if Wayne Rebello comes back, which I'm sure he will, he and his family love this place. You got Craig Ebers, you got Brian Johnson. Matt Sherrar came back this season, which I was happy to see. And there's a lot of competition down there. It's going to be a fun division to watch.
Wildly competitive action to look forward to in 2014 in all of the divisions. We could see Kent Rosevear back behind the wheel of an IMCA modified, more or less full-time in 2014, and Bobby Horton's also going to be back.
That's funny you put both those names in the same sentence, Mike. Yeah, Kent Rosevear and Bobby Horton will be back. Bobby will be off of his suspension. Kent will be back. I'm assuming Kent will be back anyway. He drove in the last race, and I thought
looked really good.
He looked pretty darn good. Matter of fact, I thought that was Ryan Hancock in the car. That was Ryan Hancock's car, and I thought, man, Ryan has really come around. He's made some incredible improvements. And come to find out, it was Kent driving the car. But there again, you got Ryan Hancock. When he's on, he's on. You got Kent out there. Chuck Hunt has been dabbled around early in the season, and he had some motor problems. It didn't seem until late in the season. He's worth mentioning. And then, of course, oh my goodness, I mean, you talk about this excitement in the top of the street stock division, top of the A modifieds. You got Russell Allen, you got Lance Murray, is up there. The always forever Dwayne Rogers, he'll be racing past what we're probably dead and gone.
He kind of livened up at the end of 2013 as well. His finishes definitely took a big step forward towards the latter part of the year.
Yep. You got Cody Grabby, Johnny Swinson. You got Show Me the Exit. Stephen McCullough is going to be back. I mean, you got Doug Rivera, the most improved driver. He's coming back. Keith Tabor, the list goes on. And then you got, like I said, we were talking about Brian Schultz possibly driving, Les Evans' car. I don't know how that's going to work out, but that is going to be a fun division to watch. And I don't know, I'm just going to say, I'm going to speculate. If Brian Schultz makes the commitment to come down here, like he's talking about, others will follow suit. I mean, there's guys who I know, I agree that having a racetrack, 40, 50, 60 miles from your house is a lot easier to go to than it is to haul down here. But you cannot beat the facility here. You cannot beat the people who take care of you, and you cannot beat the way that you are taken care of. It's just a great place, and I think having Brian come down here and having his followers come with him you're going to see a tremendous improvement in the quality of racing.
We're running out of time here, Randy, but no, I'm thinking here that we can all agree on this. Looking forward to 2014, and that is Merry Christmas to all of us, all members of the racing community, and going to be something.
Yes, sir. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and like you said, we're only, 2, 3, how far away are we?
2 weeks away.
2 weeks away. Holy cow, yeah. Here we go.
Indeed. Randy, thanks once again, and best to you and yours in 2014.
You too, Michael.
Hey, as noted, a couple of weeks of downtime at the Speedway, but indeed, plenty of other big happenings out and around the Cocopah Entertainment Complex, which includes the casino and Cocopah Speedway. And joining us this morning for the Inside Scoop, good morning to you, Anna Corpus.
Good morning, Mike. Well, Sunday at Cocopah Casino, it's karaoke with Tom Rodriguez inside the River Room. That goes on from 6 to 9 p.m. And while at the casino, walk on over to the hotel and book your $99 Wild River Resort package. Get one-night hotel room accommodations for up to 4 guests at the resort and a $30 fun card to use at Wild River. You can call 722-6677 to book your room for the holidays. And speaking of the holidays, the casino Christmas buffet will be served on Christmas Day from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. The cost is $16.95 and includes a whole lot of options, including prime rib, smoked ham, fried shrimp, roasted pork, barbecue ribs, baked fish, leg of lamb, petite sirloin, and chicken. I hope I got everyone hungry. And just a reminder about some office closures during the holidays. Wild River closes at 5 p.m. on Christmas Eve and reopens at 5 p.m. on Christmas Day. The Cocopah administration offices will be closed Tuesday, December 24th and Wednesday, December 25th, and normal office hours resume Thursday, the 26th. I hope everyone has a happy holiday.
Happy holidays to you, Anna, and hope you get to feeling better here in the next couple of days. Hey, information on all of those activities and a whole lot more available through Cocopah.com. Just as easy to find out all you need to know about Cocopah Speedway. The new 2014 schedule now online. You can check out lots of other content, including the new option for online ticketing and race registration, all at CocopahSpeedway.com. And be sure to like us on Facebook. And again, a reminder that 2014 season passes are now on sale. That represents a great saving over individual race admission. They are good for all 2014 motorsports events at Cocopah Speedway, and you can get them now at the Cocopah Casino Gift Shop. A couple of season passes, well, doesn't fit awfully nicely in a Christmas stocking here in the next couple of days. Before we go this morning, would like to offer up our wish for peace and happiness to you and to yours at this most blessed time of the year. We thank you again for joining us this morning here on Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live, presented by Cocopah Casino and by 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating. We, of course, will be back with more next Saturday morning, 11 a.m. here on Outlaw Country AM 1400.